we go. Well, let's start off tonight with just as is typical, just a quick little prayer. So if you'll join me. Heavenly Father, thank you for Tuesday nights. Thank you for a Mary Kay business and the women that we are blessed to work with, and not only have as business partners, but as friends. Be with us tonight and with those who aren't with us but are watching later. We ask your blessings on our businesses and everyone in Mary Kay. In your precious name, amen. Okay, well, tonight is our Did You Know night. And before we get started, I just kind of want to see if anybody's got anything to crow about. Nora, I just posted your weekly accomplishment sheet, so I think you probably got something to crow about, even though she's making a sandwich right now.
Yeah, I don't know how this is all happening, thank you, God, but new faces come in by a miracle set. It's just crazy, wonderful. Yesterday I had another customer, haven't seen her in 3 years. She came in and dropped like $250 on a whole new glamour kit. It's like, okay, she doesn't want skincare, but boy, does she want her color. So yeah, so we're off to a good start for this week too.
That's awesome. I think your totals were like 1467 or something last week.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like every week is well over $1,000. I don't want to jinx you.
No, because the goal, if I'm going to stay on track, I got to do 3,000 a month. So I got to stay on track here.
That's wonderful. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
So congratulations on that. Anybody else have anything exciting happening in their business? Something they want to share about? And Dee Dee, I know you're doing something kind of cool with, I think Teresa said, were you doing kind of virtual appointments with people? Is it kind of can you tell me a little bit about what you have going on with that?
Sure. I just text my existing clients and ask them to meet me on FaceTime or Messenger, and that I just want to give them a checkup since the season has changed, and I'm doing really well with it, selling a lot, and I've even recruited one off of that.
That's awesome. Well, yeah. Teresa and I have been talking about, a lot of these things like this skin cycling and different things, and just kind of starting to wonder if that's a direction we want to go necessarily, or if it's maybe better to just touch base with our clients and love on them in the month of February and just connect and see what products are they using. Are they using it in the right order? Are they using it consistently? Do they have any questions? The funny thing about all that is I had a conversation with my own mom. Okay, she's 83. She's used Mary Kay for the 35 years that I've been in. And the other day she said, honey, my foundation just kind of drags on my skin. It just seems like it's so thick. I'm like, thick? And she goes, I go, well, tell me what you do. She goes, well, I wash my face and then I put on my lifting serum and then I put my foundation on. I go, do you wear moisturizer, Mom? She goes, well, I've got a couple jars of it around here. I thought I was too. See, she thought her serum was her moisturizer. So if my own mom gets confused about that, what do you think the odds are that sometimes our customers get confused? Yeah, Dee Dee?
I'm even doing it with my consultants, because I have majority personal use, but I was able to sit down with one the other day and introduce new products to her that she didn't know about, had not paid attention to. If you're personal use, I guess you don't pay attention to new stuff, but I would, but that's just me. But I was able to introduce a few new products, and that's working well. And I'm doing the same with my clients. All I do is ask them what they're doing, how everything's working, do we need to change anything up, and I also ask them if they could change one thing about their face right now, what would it be? And then I kick in with newer products.
I think it's brilliant. In fact, I think we'd love to have you share some of that, maybe on an upcoming huddle this month, because I think it needs to be about, it's the month of love our products, love your customers, love your business. And so I think that'd be great. We'd love to hear from you and Nora about some of the great things that you guys are doing, because customer service, that is huge. That is a huge customer service thing. And it made me realize, we're consultants, but I'll be the first to admit, I don't always do a lot of consulting. I do when I get them on the product, but then you just assume that they're using everything in the right order and properly and getting good results with it. But if you really take the time, which I know Dee Dee and I know Nora and a lot of you will, you'll look and see, well, gosh, this ordering pattern's a little wonky. How come she hasn't ordered a refill on this? And so that's all part of what we do. And I'll be the first to admit I get a little lazy with that. And so that's what we'd like to maybe address over the next couple weeks. So we'll reach out to you guys and tell you kind of specifically what we'd like you to share, but I think that would be awesome. So anyway, let's jump into the did you know. We say this every time we talk about this sheet and how it's been a game changer. It certainly has been for me, and it takes a little while sometimes for clients to catch on, but I posted in my group page, and then I always save this to my phone into my favorite photos so that when somebody places an order, I can just text them, hey, did you see the February specials? And 9 times out of 10, I would say that they will add to their order and do it that way. And I don't know who just came in on the iPhone. That could be Teresa. Could be her popping in, but I don't know. But anyway, this has been just an amazing thing for me. Raise your hand. Are y'all using this pretty much or having good luck with it? I know Nora does. Diane, do you use this? Have you been using the half price deal? Diane, can you hear me? Diane Vaughn? Do you use this? Anyway, this has been really cool. So let's get started on talking about this. One of the first things this month is the Fanorama mascara. And you guys, we're going to make this kind of a little group thing here because I want to know do any of you, is this your very favorite? I'll be honest, my favorite is Ultimate Mascara. So I don't use a ton of the Fanorama, but this has been, people who use this absolutely love it. And it's kind of for a fully fanned out, they say, for panoramic lashes, so to speak. It is a Lash Love formula, but it's the brush that makes it so special because it is like works corner to corner and root to root and has those teeny tiny little bristles that will grab it, kind of an hourglass shape. And the thing I do love about these bristles is when you're taking your mascara from the top, it's easy to grab it and it just kind of curls and rolls around those rows of brushes. So it's just a pretty awesome product for somebody that wants the look of kind of fanned out lashes. So what I'd like to know is any special sales tips on this product from any of you. That do you sell a lot of this? Do you sell mostly another mascara? But who's got some tips on this? Anybody?
I can add in something to that. So I personally love our Lash Love. So I will promote all the different, I sell them. It's the same formula. It's just a different brush. So once you love the formula, then you figure out which way you want to go. Do you want to get into those corners and really fan it out? Do you want to lengthen it? So I sell a lot of all of them because I just like they say, you sell what you use. So I use Lash Love, I sell Lash Love.
So you use them all. That is funny, and what I love about these specials is that it gets people trying something that maybe they normally wouldn't.
Right.
And I think that's a big part of it. Yes, it increases your sales certainly, but it gets somebody to try something a little different. So this is regularly $16, and with a $50 purchase this month, they can get one of these for $8. So make sure you got a few of those in stock. The next product on here I want to talk about are the hydrogel eye patches. And I would love to have one in hand, but I've already had the 2 that were on my shelf have been spoken for in half price purchases. And I don't know about you guys, but good grief, Mary Kay is slow getting their orders out this month. I'm like, I ordered over a week ago and I go on today and it says, your shipping label has been printed. I'm like, is that all? I'm just waiting to fill these orders. So I have to chuckle because I'm like, well, we're in this Amazon Prime kind of world. And when you have to wait more than a day to get your stuff, aren't we spoiled? So anyway.
You know, Susan, I don't know, can you hear me?
Oh, I hear ya.
I'm here. I'm driving, so I'm incognito. But you know, something that I wanted to mention about orders and shipping, and also maybe the mascara. But I have found that by the time you see that they've got your shipping label, or that, you know, they're getting ready, it's been released, like it shows up like the next day or the 2 days later.
Good.
It's
I'm
very
counting on
weird.
it.
So yeah, I think the input is sometimes lagging in saying in the processing part of it, because I've noticed that the last 2 orders, I'm thinking, where are they? I couldn't even get shipping detail, and then it shows up the next day. So anyway, that's something to hang on to. And then just to tag on to what Nora said, even the endless, not endless performance, oh Lord, the lash lengthening mascara, all of the Lash Love, they are all the same formula, just different brushes. And I didn't know that until recently. So right now, lash lengthening is on back order until the end of February, I believe. I don't know exactly what the problem is, but just so you know, if you have a customer who's like dying for their lash lengthening, just tell them to take the brush out of their old one and sell them a Lash Love, and you know, and it'll get them by. So, and that, I'll give Denise kudos for making that comment. I thought, well, that's brilliant.
That is good. Denise, what do you want to share?
Just something real quick about the mascaras, and I've been doing this for a long time. This is simply a preference, but I will sell 3 mascaras and give 1 free, and it ends up being my cost. But that, if they switch their mascaras out the way they're supposed to, then that lasts them for a year. And I know that's a long time, but I have turned it into a mascara club. And so that's the 2nd time tonight. Yay, thank you.
So 16 times 3 is $48, and they get a 4th one for free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's well worth it. You know, or sometimes people say you buy 4 and you get a free eye makeup remover, or you could come up with some kind of special deal. But I like that, and then they're in a mascara club.
Well, I do it with all my products, any of my clients, and I have them ordering 4 CC creams. And I don't know this to be true, but for some reason, when they have that many at their disposal, they use it faster.
They do.
They do.
Hey, I wouldn't, because you know, when you got to go and get one, you're like, oh, I can make it last a few more days. But if you know, it's like, oh, see ya, get the new one out.
Right. And then I always tell them, when you open the last one, call me and let's do it again. And it happens just a little bit quicker than I anticipated. I've just noticed that through the years.
That makes sense. Makes sense. It's just a human thing. Yep. Nora, you got something to say, or you clap? Oh, she's clapping. Okay. Well, very good. Well, we had just started, Teresa, you're probably on here. You're the iPhone on here with nobody's name, but the hydrogel eye patches, these things are amazing. Again, it's one of these things, you know, it's on my counter, and when I think to do them, I absolutely love them, because it's just this, it's like a little comma shaped patch that's infused with, I guess it's just infused with water. It's a burst of hydration, like a drink of water to wake your eyes up. It helps with the puffiness. Sometimes the skin under here seems kind of dull, and of course always seems kind of dark, but it says here that 8 out of 10 women that use these say they look forward to using them. And I would concur. All it takes is 20 minutes, do it a couple times a week to really notice that difference in moisture. It has glycerin. It says it's a powerful humectant to moisturize your skin and help with water loss, and your skin feels quenched. I love that. Quench your eye area with a burst of hydration. So those are pretty awesome. They're great for all skin types. What kind of tips or things what kind of power statements do you guys use when you're selling these or talking about them? Anybody have anything they want to share about those?
I call them pick me up patches.
Oh, I like it. I'm gonna write that on here. Pick me up.
And I tell you, if you get a chance, if you're doing a booth or a fair or even at a party, if you will break these out and put them on people, you will sell them. I mean, and they love it. I mean, I when I did a booth, a fall festival last year, I put them on people that came up and they wore them around the festival. And people were going, "Oh my God, what are you getting?" They come over to the booth. So just, you know, you got to kind of get people to put them on. I use them. The samplers are available for free samples for CDS orders. And I almost always include a package of those as one of the free samples in my CDS orders. So, and everybody goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you gave me those eye patches." And sometimes when they comment that, I'll even give them too. And they're great for travel. The little sample packages are great for people if they're putting together a little travel kit. So there you go.
Well, it's a great, I mean, if you think about it, to buy one pack of those, isn't it like $3?
Yeah, yeah, but they're
And
free
they're free on
they are-
CDS.
Yep,
You could give them two of those at $6 for free.
Yep.
So I think that's brilliant. Okay,
Can I make a comment too on that?
of course.
So what I do when I'm demoing them is I only do one eye.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, when they first came out, I had my holiday open house, and everybody that came in, they got one, and everybody bought a box of them. It was great.
And that's a great idea.
They don't want to go out all lop-eyed.
Yep, exactly. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I need another one now."
That's
Well, you gotta buy the
hilarious.
whole box. Sorry.
Great idea. Okay, the next thing I want to tell you about is extra emollient night cream, and I lovingly refer to this as pink axle grease. One of my customers called it that years ago, and I love it. I always joke and say it's probably a dessert topping and a floor wax as well, because it has so many different uses. It was part of Mary Kay's original skincare line, I think, back in 1963, and this was the moisturizer, wasn't it? It's like they only had like a few products and everybody wore the same thing, and they'd slather this stuff on at night with a little water on first on your face, and then you'd put this on, and it's either occlusive or non-occlusive. I forget which one is which, but nothing gets through it. So if you have extremely dry skin, this is a great treatment for your skin with water on first, and then you apply this. It's a great throat cream. I like to use it on my décolleté. It's great for dry hands, for your cuticles, for your elbows, for your heels, for your lips. It's great if you get a burn and you need to take the heat out of it. I know Mary Kay doesn't make that claim. It almost sounds like, well, you get a burn, slap some butter on it. It's not quite like that, but we've used it here at our house. It takes the heat out immediately. What are some other uses that you guys have for extra emollient night cream?
Diaper rash.
For rash? Diaper
Yeah.
rash? Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
I just put in the chat. So I give a sample tube to every one of my oboe students, because your lips get so raw and burning, especially in the winter wherever you are. It was worse up north, but I'm feeling it down here too. So once they take that home, they tell their parents, and then boom, I got an appointment.
That's so smart.
And
Nora goes, I don't know how
these.
Nora goes, I don't know how these $1,400 weeks happen. Yeah. Go figure.
Nora, can you use that on your read?
No. So I tell them to put it on at night before they go to bed. And then if you've had a concert and their lips are shot, like put it on after you're done. But no, not on the read at all, because it'll clog it. It's so thick. Yeah. But Susan, because of you, I call it my pink axle grease too. And all of my students now like, I need my pink axle grease. So yeah.
It's an awesome product. I mean, and I have people who buy 2 and 3 tubes of this at a time. It's pretty awesome. And I also we had a consultant in our unit. Her name was Frida Kennedy. I know you knew her, Diane. And she had liver cancer for I don't know how many years. I mean, we lost her a year or two ago, but she did tell me, she goes, y'all are missing out if you don't talk about extra emollient night creams to people who are going through chemotherapy. and that type of thing, because your skin just is
Radiation.
so dry. Yeah, radiation and chemo and all that, because she said her skin was just always so dry, and she would take this in and, you know, really had a customer base right in there in the cancer ward with her. So I mean, it's an amazing product, truly amazing. Okay, let's talk a little bit next about our Mary Kay Unlimited lip gloss and all these colors. First of all, I want to know, what's your favorite color? Everybody tell me, what's your favorite shade?
Sheer illusion.
Is it really?
Yeah, I like it, but I don't necessarily wear it alone.
Right.
But it's beautiful over any lipstick shade. And you know me, I like to layer. So I
What are you, our
Sheer
alchemist? The Mary Kay alchemist? She mixes
Yes.
everything up. That's so cool. Any best? My favorite is nude blush, kind of for the same reason. I'll use it over something, but I like it by itself if it's just kind of a, you know, a not so glam day, but you just want enough to dash out the door. Anybody else want to share their favorite?
The red one, I don't know what the name is.
Iconic red?
Oh, yes. That's always my favorite.
Well, that's beautiful. Very good. Well, I'll wear them all, but I have not worn sheer illusion. I will now though, Teresa. So
It's pretty. And unique mauve is a really pretty color too, that doesn't sound like it would be that pretty, and that mauve, because I'm not really into mauve, but it's kind of like the nude blush with just a little extra color.
That's exactly right. I can't keep it in stock. It's suddenly, I bet it was a year before I even sold one, and now the secret's out. What a versatile color it is, and gives you just a little more pop than the nude blush. So I owe 2 of them right now. That's why I'm waiting on my Mary Kay order. But Mary Kay tells us that it says it's a new generation of ultra silky gloss that doesn't fit the stereotype. And that's true, because it's not really sticky and tacky. You know, a lot of times you wear lip gloss, and if your hair blows across your face, it sticks on your lips, but not so much with this. It's got the perfect amount of gloss. It's moisturizing. It glides on effortlessly. It's very lightweight, and it's just a really great product. And I don't know how many colors we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 different shades. So it's a pretty awesome product. Any other comments about this? We got about 8 minutes to cover the rest of the products, but I don't want to cut you off if somebody wants to tell.
I have just one other tip. First of all, people will say about a lip gloss, you know, well, it wears off so fast. Well, it's a lip gloss, you know, it does do that. But if you're finding that it wears off too quickly, it's probably because you're not hydrating your lips with the satin lips. I think if you're gonna be a lip gloss wearer, and you know, and it's such a hydrating product that when your lips are super dry, they're just gonna suck the moisturizers right out of that gloss. So make sure that your clients, if they're, you know, buy a lip gloss, just, you know, are you stocked up on satin lips? Because you want to make sure that you're exfoliating your lips so that they can really get that extra hydration that they need. And the other thing is, if you really love the shade of a lip gloss and it's wearing off too quickly, don't forget to put, you know, lip primer with lip liner. The light nude lip liner just kind of goes for everybody's lip, and it's very nude, and fill it in, and then put your gloss on top of it, and it will last for hours.
Will the lip primer help it stay on longer as well?
And yes, it will help it stay on much longer. So
that's a nice segue, because lip primer is also one of our February specials. This does fight the look of fine lines and wrinkles around and on the lips, and it's kind of like a lipstick glue, would you say? What are your thoughts on this? Because you know, you can put it on your lips, but I've always also put it around where the little kiss lines are.
Yep. Yes, definitely.
Thoughts on
because
that?
it is an anti-aging primer. It's not just going to do the effect of holding your lipstick on, but it is actually going to help with the fine lines around your lip over time. And that means you need to use it every day.
And it also keeps your lipstick from getting into those fine lines.
Yes, that's true.
Very true. Is it kind of a little bit of a lip plumper? Or it always makes my lips feel a little plumpy, but maybe that's just my imagination.
Yeah, it's more like a spackle. You know,
Spackle
that
fills
kind
in
of
the crackle.
That's right.
Fills in the crackles just like spackle. And so it feels a little like your lips are fuller. Oh, why doesn't Mary Kay call us for their power statements? We got some good ones. Let's go on to the next one, which I don't have to show because I'm waiting, and that is foundation primer. And this product, I always say it fills the cracks, the crevices, the pores, and the potholes. I almost said potholders. Fills the potholes. So much like any primer, you know, like your lip primer, it is like a spackle. And you put it on after your moisturizer. It's a real lightweight gel. It kind of glides on. And it has light diffusers in it that make the fine lines less noticeable, kind of an optical illusion. It's oil-free. It has an ingredient that actually absorbs excess oil, and it has an SPF of 15. So it's kind of like a foundation glue. I mean, I always consider eye primer like eyeshadow glue and then lipstick glue. I guess this is kind of like foundation glue in a sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It also has an anti-caking ingredient that keeps the loose powders from getting into the little places where it feels like, oh, I don't wear powder because it looks so dry. Well, you want to use some primer, and that prevents that from happening, gives it a really good appearance. Any other thoughts on that?
Yes, I have a couple. Let me lower my hand. There we go. I sell a boatload of this for people that don't want to wear makeup too, because I promote it that it protects your face from all the pollutants. It's sealing off your pores. It just covers everything, gives you a little bit of sunscreen. And I also call it my rose petal product. And people will look at me like, what? Just here, take a little bit of it. And when you spread it on, doesn't it feel like a rose petal? And so I have pink axle grease and rose petal flying out of the door.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It
Never
does
thought
great
about-
to
yeah.
kind of give you a natural finishing touch. And I'm a teacher, so I'm always out the door. So it's very helpful for when you do not have time for the full shebang of your cosmetics.
That's right.
Good to know, McKay. Thank you for sharing that. Very good. Well, I'll try to quickly go through some of these other products. Let's talk a little bit about our brush cleaner. This is a great product for giving your brushes the care they deserve. Make sure that they stay clean. I'll admit I don't wash my brushes nearly enough, but when I do, this stuff is fabulous. I use this way more on my demo brushes for my facials than I do my own, and I need to be better about using it more on my own because makeup residue and buildup it does not a perfectly clean face make, right? So refresh your brushes, clean them. You don't need to rinse. I'll spritz it on, and then I'll take one of our disposable face cloths and I'll just kind of brush it back and forth. So this is a great fast drying way to clean your brushes. Okay. Comments about that one real quick? Okay. What I do a lot of times at the holidays when I sell a brush set, I'll give this for free. You know, that's just kind of a nice gift with purchase. The cost on it is what, $12. So it cost me $6 as a gift with purchase for that. So that's always nice. We could do it as a half pricer, you know, like we're doing right now. What we have left is the Hello Clean Set, the hydrating lotion, and the 2-in-1 body wash and shaves. Anybody want to share anything about this? I can look it up, but I can just tell you that it smells so fresh and clean, and I love these together. I love shaving my legs with this. It foams up a little bit, you know, so you're washing and getting a little bit of a shave foam going. What do you guys like about these? Anybody?
I'll just say, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, just that when people ask, like, when they say their body is extremely dry and what's the most hydrating lotion that we have, it is that lotion, the hydrating lotion. Yeah. So just remember that. I mean, if somebody really says, I need and everybody loves it. Just smells so clean and fresh,
Mhm.
and it is a very popular set.
This does hydrate for 24 hours is what it
Does
is.
it? And I just want to throw in a testimony if I can.
Yes.
Diabetics typically have dry skin because of the overuse of insulin. And after 47 years of my diabetes, I would hurt you over a bottle of that. It is so good.
Hurt
Not
you
really,
over
That's good.
all of
That's
that.
good.
Okay, very, very good. Okay, let me see here. Time-wise repair. I'm out. Foaming cleanser. Throw out what you love about that, other than it, I like that it doesn't drip down my arms. I love that it stays kind of together. This is the cleanser that I use. I get a little bit of water, just a little pea-sized amount. I'll work it up into a
Teeny
lather.
bit.
What's that?
Just a teeny amount. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Teeny
a
bit.
little bit. Yeah.
And it sits on my skin and kind of bubbles. I love that it doesn't run and it's not running and down my chin and my arms. Just kind of renews the skin texture. It's a moisture rich kind of foamy cleanser. Well, it's called foaming cleanser. What else? What do you guys love about that one? Anybody?
I like the way it smells. I think it's got a little bit of a scent. It doesn't smell, it smells botanical, I guess. It doesn't have a fragrancy smell, but it has a really fresh smell. So I love the way it smells.
Smells like the spa. I think all of the Time-Wise repair products smell
It does, you're right.
fresh and spa-like.
And
So,
it's good for all skin types.
yes, it is. It is for sensitive skin, fragrance free, all of that. So makes your pores less noticeable. It's just a really good basic cleanser as part of the Time-Wise Voluform set. And it's a $30 cleanser. So somebody could get it for $15 this month. And then the last product I'm also out of is the Time-Wise Age Fighting Moisturizer. And now this was our basic. Was this our miracle set?
Yes.
I guess it was that. We've had so many different systems over the last 35 years. Holy cow. But this is just also a good, real basic, if somebody says, well, I don't want to do the whole schmear, do a cleanser and a moisturizer. This is a good basic product. Hydrates for 10 hours, comes in 2 formulas, normal, dry, combo, oily. I have people that use that miracle set for years and they just won't let it go. And this is their favorite moisturizer. And I think because of that, it's just a real simple product.
It's very lightweight too. I think that's the other thing. People that when we switched over to the 3D, one of the complaints was that it was just a little too heavy. And I'm so glad that the company brought it back and put it in the regular line for those clients that just felt that way. And so the difference is that the 3D moisturizer is a cream and the age fighting moisturizer is a moisturizer. So there you go. So there's a big difference in the density and the thickness of the product. So
a cream versus a moisturizer, or you mean a cream versus a lotion?
Well, lotion, yes, exactly. Cream versus a lotion, correct.
Okay. Very good, because I'm like, what? Denise is like, huh? Or Diane was giving me that look too. And the other thing I noticed, and then we'll stop here, but when Mary Kay came out with the 3D products, they're a smaller tube. Do you remember when that first came out? People were like, what? Yep. This is more money and less product. And we're like, you know what? We haven't changed this. The miracle set was 18 years old. Do you remember that? When we came out with the 3D, and products have changed and ingredients have changed and improved. So this was, you needed less product to get better results. So
and they added the night cream and the day cream into the moisturizers. So they eliminated the need to have another separate product.
Yeah. Yep. So that was good. I like this Did You Know night because I like to hear what you guys say about certain products. We all get re-educated. So I hope you enjoyed that. we'll be talking to you, Denise and Nora, about maybe sharing with us over the next couple weeks about loving your clients, loving your products, and how you are working with them, Denise, on your virtual appointments and all of that. But stay tuned for that. Next Tuesday is Valentine's Day. I will likely not have a dinner date. We do not go out and celebrate Valentine's Day usually on a Tuesday. But if you guys have a date with your sweetheart, you'll have to just watch the recording next week. But we will be here, God willing, and the creek don't rise. So we'll see you next week. Okay. Love you all.
All right. Good night, everybody.
now.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.